Greetings, mortals. I am Nathas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 107, titled The Wild Child's Solitude. So we are finally getting our Gawain focus chapter, which is actually kind of surprising that Gawain's gonna get her focus in the demon realm, since it seemed like it was more building towards Percival, although there does seem to be a interesting kind of parallel between the two, so it's not that unlikely, but still kind of surprising. But yeah, anyways, we are also going to have the fight between the 6 knights that were sent. Well, yeah, 6, the ones that were sent out to the 4 knights, and we're gonna have them going up against Gawain. And well, Asa must really suck at predicting people's power levels because this job is gonna be embarrassing for them. But yeah, anyways, we start this chapter off with the guy with 3 hats, I forgot his name, charging up Gawain as he screams, "You, Gawain, from the Four Knights of the Apocalypse!" As Gawain starts chanting, "Clario, Serpico, Celeste," as Gawain just teleports next to him, touches him in the back of his helmet, which doesn't really feel like that much of a blind spot for him, because, again, his helmet's weird. Although it seems like he actually has 5 faces here, but on the helmet, not 3. As then we have Leavitt showing up as she uses her rapier and she tries to stab her. As Gawain just, I don't know if she invaded or just teleports away as Leavitt screams, "What did you do with Rosebank?" As then Gawain appears behind her and taps Leavitt as well, as Gawain starts to explain what happened. And she's like, "Well, I've been well aware for a while that you were following us. Remember when you ejected out from all those many holes?" So I guess Gawain wanted to fight them on her own or for some other purpose, because apparently she was aware of them for a while. Which can't really be that long because, I mean, like, they showed up in that, like, I guess she must have known when they were just traveling, and they were like, as soon as Baco was using the telescope thing, because without that, I don't think it would be really working. I'm guessing it's been from there because, the road and everything kind of distracted and went in other places. But as they were back, let's try to speak with, "As we told you, a mighty wind from behind blew us out from there." As he explains that, as Gawain shows up behind her, and she's like, "Yes!" As the black guy's like, "Oh!" Wow, he screams. Okay, I guess he's more than coming. Again, I feel like he and Roseback are like a lot younger and more like rookie or apprentice knights than anything else because of how they act and how powerful they are. As then we had the guy with the rooster hat helmet starting to speak with, "Our foe was stopped by the purgatory beast we summoned." As Gawain says, "Yes, it was." As then we get a pop of flashback as we see her staring at them as she sees that purgatory beast, which, funny enough, kind of reminds me of a Japanese dragon. As then Gawain uses Orcheleria Arcelrose, as we see them all singing that beast, as I guess the Talon, as I guess since the rooster helmet one is on the front, he's the one who summoned it. As we see Roseback at the very back of them, as we see that her and Roseback switching places, as then we see her using transformation to transform into a different person, into Rosebank. Which again kind of is funny that it's. I wonder if there's gonna be a revelation that Lancelot and Gawain actually switched in the wrong places, because both of them could really fit the whole knight that has no set shape and a person with golden magic. Just saying, it's kind of funny how these two actually could be switched around. I mean, the DM is probably gonna make it more clear that it's Lancelot Gawain, because Lancelot's probably going to have some kind of different color, but still, it's kind of funny how those two could basically be like the same thing. As then we have Gawain saying, "So absurd in your fate, you didn't even notice the switch I made." So they were too focused on what was going on to notice. Although I would personally say that says more about your skill level than anything else. As then we have Gawain after one with the rooster helmet saying, "But then the real Rosebank," as Gawain appears behind them, and she says, "Well, what do you think I was in midair, and we traded places?" And she touches him as well, and she then explains to him, So the two potential fates of Rosebank either die in the fall and become demon fat, or survive somehow, break untold numbers of bones and become demon men feet. So yeah, Gawain is very sadistic about how these things go on. As this roosted helmet guy who actually has a break as he screams, "I'll slice you to pieces!" So I guess these guys are more closer friends than you would expect it, because you know how outraged he is at that fate that befell Rosebank. So yeah. Also, I guess you're wondering why I'm not like screaming and calling Gawain a moral bitch because of the things. Well, one, Gawain knew Gawain was like the more morbid, the most sadistic one of the members already. Like it's not even like one of those like moral superiority things. She's just the sadistic evil one more in the group, the more blatantly evil one. Anyways, then we have Levitt, Blacklight, the Roadster helmet, and the multi-faced helmet guy. Those no, he seems like to only have three faces. Not sure if that. I guess that's just a design thing. Just the thing that happened now that who's being drawn. As we have them all screaming, like with Roadster helmet saying, "His Majesty needs or not, you cannot continue to live!" Levitt screams, "Let's finish her off!" Blacklight asks, "Sir, yes, sir!" And then the multi-headed guy's like, "She is a sorcerer. She's wide open while casting a spell." I feel like the sunshine form or the muscle form is meant to more be a counter for that aspect, but we haven't seen it yet. As we have those four again saying something as they are in the same, kept in the same place as those like, "If we catch her there," as well as says, "Yes, sir." And then multi-faced guy is like, "Don't give her time to counter us." They're all like completely still as the Rooster Helmets guy, as they're kind of looking around themselves a bit, like, "Wait, what's going on? Why are we moving?" As Rooster's like, "It shall." Levi's then says, "We will." And then one has kind of looks like, "Go now." As then we see all of the four of them like completely stop in place as go away, as we have them speaking as they was like at prod as Buck was like tack as going moves through them as she explains super slow. They couldn't even kill a Buck's turtle by now. As then we have more text being like, "Huh, you are a vile woman." True. And that's what makes it the best for night. As you have Gwen saying, "Mortler, you seem to understand logic. I need a favor. Tell my uncle to stop bothering me from now on." So yeah, I guess the reason why she wanted to go against them on her own was just so they would be telling them to leave. So they would go back to Arthur to tell them to leave her alone, basically. Although I don't think that's even a possibility. Although finding that would probably be the best solution. Like all you have to really do is put Gawain away from the rest of the 4 nights, and there will probably not even be a conflict. As they're more like saying, "You little lady, there's still time, you know. Time to return to Camelot and beg His Majesty for forgiveness." Mostly because all the thing she really did against Arthur is beat the shit out of a bit of the chaos resurrections and possibly kill Rosebank. As then we have Gwen not even thinking about it, as she just uses her power to like a little laser beam to blast Mortleg's helmet off his face, off his head, as the helmet just falls down. As then Gwen says to him, "Ridiculous, truly, you're the mad jabbering of a common fool." As then the helmet just jumbles down, as then Gwen tells him, I will neither serve nor bow down to anyone else." So it's not so much power level as much as she just doesn't want to bow to anyone. And Mortag then just kind of fixes his hair as he does, kind of goes like the whole Playboy thing. It's like poof. As Mortag then says, "Yes, perhaps we are all commoners, but there are those we cherish, people we risk our lives to fight for." And then Mortag says to her, as we get a close up of Lorraine, as he tells, "You meanwhile have nobody you love. The concept of love is beyond you. You'd never understand. Your father raised you. Your uncle, your uncle gave you everything, but you never felt love for them. If that makes you exceptional, I will gladly choose to be common any day." So yeah, we get some lore here, and we find out that apparently Arthur and his brother did actually kind of been like in the same area, and it seems like they do have a connection, which is again like a weird thing that they don't address it and then go after go into where they found Gawain, so she could get them to Camelot. And kind of weird that she even wants to go into Camelot since apparently she doesn't even want them to be bothered her. So maybe she planned to get away as soon as possible. I know maybe she still has a way to get to Camelot. It's just that we don't have it be revealed. Again, he said it's not too late for her to just go back to Camelot and back for mercy. As then we have, and so yeah, as we also find out that she doesn't understand the concept of love and all that stuff. And then we have Mother saying to her, Gawain, you wanted for nothing in that world. What is your complaint? So again, I feel like more like was a babysitter, but similar to how he's to Arnstad's son. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, Gawain just responds with and she's grinning and she starts to scream and she's like this completely distracting her. And she screams with everything. I found none of the answers I sought in that world. Well, and then we get a close up of Mordek's eye as we see the ghost helmeted guy. As we have Gawain screaming to them, what am I? Who gave birth to me? Why am I interested in no one but women? Why am I unable to feel love for anyone else? As as it shows us, whenever my uncle often knows or not, he always dodges the question. But not them. They all face up to their problems, using their powers to try and find answers. Just, I'm assuming that refers to the rest of the characters. There's the Four Knights and all that. And I guess this also confirms that there is, or at least showing hints that she and might not be fully the fears that she might be a clone of Escon's since she doesn't know who gave birth to her. I mean that she is at least not biologically Arthur's brother's niece. The whole interest in women, I kind of want to say it's a joke, but I feel like it might be some explanation later on. But again, this one kind of seems more comedic. As for the love thing, I'm guessing that's Merlin's DNA in you. As they were more saying to her, and so, if I go with these people similar to me, I might be able to find my answers? On a quest to find yourself then? Ah, youth. As then, as then, yeah, pretty much like the reason she's going with them is because they are similar to her, so that's why. Otherwise, she'll probably leave them. Like, again, Gawain really could just go away from all of this with her teleportation, all that. Like, there's no way they could. Like, yeah, Lancelot might be fast and powerful, maybe able to read her mind where she would go, but even Lancelot cannot exactly, be everywhere at the same time. He doesn't have teleportation. He just has super speed. So she teleports like to the same area that that Trish found her or something or some other area like that, and then just goes away multiple areas, he would completely be lost. And as they were going screaming, Mortlach, how dare you mock! As her hair starts to go up in the air, her eyes also colored white, so I guess she was going her buff form. As she says, me, as her eyes go roll back in her hand, as we see that this Ghostface guy did kind of like I guess they're one of those weird, like, those hits on the back of the head or something that knocks a person out immediately. Not how those work, honestly. I guess, or maybe she has some kind of weak spot. Again, she said she doesn't know who gave birth to her, so maybe she does have some weird. Like, I feel like if she's an artificially created being, depending on how much Arthur and the rest know about it, especially considering the fact they do seem to know more about it, considering what Mortlach tells Gawain later, I feel like there probably could be a ways for Chaos not to shut her down quicker. It's just it'll be difficult because of her overwhelming power. I mean, they have to distract her, like how Mortlach just did. And also, I don't think this takes away anything from going in terms of power level or anything. It's just that she got distracted. She's one of the more inexperienced members and more like brute force. Although maybe that's why she just kind of went with full chaos because she has like weak spots like those. But as they're more like saying, "Well done," as in when Gawain falls down, he just grabs her as like oof. As in he holds Gawain. He tells her, "Listen, my lady, some advice from a man who's seen a thing or two. There are a lot of people out there better off not knowing who they are at all." So yeah, whatever Gawain is something that's better not. And who Percival is goes as well, because as he says that, we cut back to Percival and what is going on in the story there. Although I do have to wonder if they're gonna kill Gawain right now, because the way Mortlag respond, it seems like capture is more the thing they're gonna do. Which I do have to wonder is gonna be including torture, because again, like what the Four Knights did to Tenek was torture, yet here it seems to be, relatively nice. I mean, he didn't even like to fall on the ground. But I'm assuming there will be some torture because, what she did to Rosebank, or what they know that she did to Rosebank. But anyways, like I said, we cut back to Percival and all the demons, and also everyone there as he uses his hope magic. As we see Rosebank standing back up, she looks at her arms as she's twitching a bit. As she looks at Percival, as she says, "You healed me?" And Percival's like, "Yeah." As in, Rosebank says, "Even though you know I'm who I am, well, not really who you are. You just don't see your work for who you work for." As Percival's then like, "Yeah." As in, Rosebank stands up, she's like, "It makes no sense. Especially since why are you not restraining me or poisoning me or paralyzing me right now?" Also, to be fair, she probably wouldn't know about paralyzing. Just saying, you could have probably captured her. As in, a person telling her, "Yeah, I don't know either." Which now makes me think there might be some kind of subconscious creation reasons why he healed her, not because there was any purpose otherwise. Just saying, kind of weird. And then Rosebank's like, You don't even know why?" And then we also like going cheap is like kind of laughing. And then Nazian just turns away as Nazian starts to walk away. He's like, well, don't blame me if this results in something you can't take back. Honestly, I feel like this is all both of your fault. What's going to happen because again, restrained, poisoned. Like she is shocked, confused, poisoned the bitch. Capture. Like you guys are more than powerful enough to a point you can capture, and you have more than enough allies you could send that could hold her back. Just saying, use common fucking sense, people. As then, not Percival is distracted with Nausea, as he says, but Nauseans. As then we have Roseback immediately and starting to run for it. I mean, she like knows she's still in danger. Like this still an enemy. Like this, he may have saved her, but she doesn't want to get captured by them. As then we have Roseback. Well, hey, where are you going, Nauseans? As he's distracted as she's running away as fast as she can. And then we have Percival running towards Nauseans, which again I blame what's going to happen on Nauseans here. Are you angry at me? As then we have Rosebank screaming, As then Percival's like, "Whoa!" As then we have Rosebank finding the Percival's sword. She's like, "I found the coffin fragment? Today's my lucky day!" Convenient of all things. And then Percival going cheapy mode is like, "Give it back! That's my Percival sword!" As then we have Rosebank putting the sword closer to her. She's like, "No, thank you, Q. And you named it after yourself? Lame." Which really does again make me again, like I said, I feel like Barca and Rosebank are very young. Like I'm talking teenagers, maybe a bit older. The the then the maybe a bit older in personal platoon because again the way how she talks like a valley girl with this. And again, and then we have her disappearing similar to Olga is gonna do. Not sure if that's teleportation, that's just invisibility. It was like gone. Again, in case you're I'm blaming Nauseans for this disappearance. I mean, like if he hadn't distracted anyone or if he merely poisoned paralyzed her, I feel like it would have been better than just letting her completely tell you right for the hills. Anyways, then we come to the Demon Palace as we have but Tracer trying to speak like, "It's good to see you again, Uncle Zeldris. You may be wondering why we are in the demon world." As Zeldris just kind of chilly was sitting there, kind of where he didn't want to take precaution. You'd think he would. It's like, "No, I heard it all. You were looking for the door to Camelot that appeared." As Tracer's like, "Yes, I am." As he just Zeldris tells him, "I would suggest staying away from it." As then we see Belial looking at not Tristan, as Tristan's like a bit worried. As they are just saying, "Is that because I'm the son of Elizabeth? and the demons don't like the sound of the goddess wandering around their realm. I mean, to be fair, that's a bit more serious, so maybe I should use my more serious voice, but come on, let's be honest, the past voice is better for Tristan. It's funnier as well. It's just, as Zelda's like, oh, he knows about dislike for Nifolios or whatever they're called. As then we have Zelda saying, "You're not like my brother at all." As she's saying, "No, people say I look like my mother." As then just Zelda says, "No, I'm not talking about looks." So, since Zelda, Trisha much more acts like Elizabeth Emilio's this. As they have Lancelot just kind of usually saying, "Fine, fine. Can you quit stalling and tell us why you don't want us to look for the door?" As Jel just like, "Oh, finding the door isn't the issue. The problem is the time and place." As then we get to this interesting little obvious like weird creature that gives a little size comparison between everyone. As we see this creature that's just you see the demon world is home to a giant beast, the behemoth, which I do think is like one of the more known creatures in the lore or mythology, but I'm currently thinking on the specifics of it. As it also says, and the door to Camelot has appeared somewhere on his back. The worst of all, this said beast has now awakened. As we see like how this beast kind of looks like, which to be fair is a bit more in a chibi form, but the looks of it is very, weird. Even chibi forms looks very horrific. Especially since we see the size comparison, we see things like the rat demons, and even the fucking Demon King, that's like that Demon King size, and he looks to be just below its foot. I don't know. I feel like the behemoth might be some kind of chaos creature like Calf at this point because of the way it looks like, and holy shit, how big it is. I mean, it's literally like, even just its walking seems to be strong enough to send the Grey Demons away. So yeah. We also see some weird, we also see some spikes that I'm assuming are the Chaos Spike, the ones that are supposed to be leading to Camelot. As then we go to the final page of the chapter, as we see someone saying, and when the behemoths are active, it swallows up all life, even the demons who reside in this world. I will be very clear with you. You would never reach that door alive. As then we see what I'm going to assume is the behemoth either standing up or approaching the area. I'm going to assume it's not going directly to where Percival and demons are, but more passing by based on the spikes around it. And even though I think I might be wrong. Kind of difficult to say exactly, although actually there actually seems to be like, alright, I would say that Percival and the demons are there, while the behemoth is moving like this. So yeah, that will be an issue. So Gawain captured the final piece of the coffin to the darkness taken by Chaos Knights. The path to Camelot is, well, let's just say gonna be a lot more difficult than originally, since it's on a beast that will eat everything. And this beast is actually to be rather high in the power scaling ladder, because Zelda said, oh, it will be impossible for them to reach even power level wise, which consider the fact that we're talking about a group that wants to go into combat with Camelot, with King Arthur people, I feel like ranks this beast quite high in terms of power scaling. But yeah. So that's the end of the chapter. Again, no titles for next week's, which are weird. We have this consistency for a couple of while. Or narration. Kind of unfortunate, but whatever. So yeah, this chapter, all in all, I feel like it was a very good Gawain focused chapter, and the like little comparison between the two, like between Percival and Gawain, both have origins that battle yet not knowing. Which I don't think there might be the connection between the two in that like brother sister thing, although to be fair that is a dynamic the two have. But it's more likely that this is more like both of them have origins that are better yet unknown because whatever they are, it's too terrifying. Which is something we can actually kind of assume since the two of them don't really have clear. Like Tristan and Lancelot both have no knowledge. They know their parents. We know their parents' love story. But these two are like, Gawain might be some kind of human golem of Askenor and Merlin. Yeah, still yet to be clear. Only confirmed now that she doesn't have any direct parents, and the grandfather and grandma is probably just offers, and my grandma, which is kind of weird. I guess maybe. I mean, I guess we never actually saw her refer to them as loving, more like she just wanted them because she was scared. We also get confirmation that she doesn't really care, with her loving women being probably more sense as she lusts after women, which would probably also explain why she acts the way she does when it comes to, women, or when it comes to snipping them and, enjoying their asses and all that stuff. It's more because she's just lusts, nothing else. So yeah. Now where I see it's going in the future, I feel like we're gonna see next chapter the behemoth fully, maybe some feats about from it. I feel like now there will also be a reaction about the piece of the coffin. I could also see Rosebank possibly reuniting. Maybe Rosebank's also gonna have feelings about maybe feeling wrong about taking Percival's sword, since Percival like he's a child who literally healed her and named the sword after himself. I could see her having a bit of a character moment, but we'll have to see again. Like here, she feels more like, more like a valley girl giving stuff. And again, this was a bit more too comedic for betrayal and all that type of scene. As for Gawain, again, captured. I first thought it was gonna be like a prisoner exchange, but because Nazians was being a dick and left, meaning a person who couldn't, restrain her, or he couldn't, or Nazians didn't poison or paralyze her, it means that this capture is not likely. Okay? Again, this is not Percival's fault, just to be clear. This is definitely Nazian's fault. Because, again, he should be smart enough to poison the bitch. I mean, honestly, I'm starting to feel like that Jade's death is starting to have a different negative effect on them, where they are losing their basic senses instead of using anything common. Just use your fucking. Capture. Was that so fucking difficult? But yeah. Anyways, Gawain, I feel like will just be kind of a prisoner right now. We'll see if that will go anywhere. Where if they're gonna like beat. Would it be funny if, even though Gawain could have very likely killed Rosebank, the characters show her more empathy and they don't even torture her? I mean, I feel like they will torture her. I mean, most of them have very unknown personalities. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of them is a torturer. But still, we're kind of funny if the Chaos Knights are more humane to their prisoners who've actually done something to on their own, and put them in a very grim fate than the actual main protagonists. It would just be kind of ironic and hilarious, but we have to see that's what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future, and with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.